Hi.
Hi there, Maria.
Hi, Austin. Good to see everybody here.
Good, good.
Yes, indeed. Don, I hope you get feeling better. I was sorry to see that you weren't feeling well today.
Thank you. It's
Feel better, everybody. Yeah, it's been a bad year.
I don't think I don't seem to have a temperature, but it's upper chest, a bit of a sore throat.
Sinuses?
So I'm taking it easy.
Sinus
My
problems?
sinuses so far are okay. And
Oh,
I may be
lucky.
actually getting a temperature now, but I didn't have one before. Anyway, c'est la vie. I hope everyone. How's Scotland, Bruce?
Ireland. It's been
Ireland. I'm sorry.
terrific. Yeah, we've been
I know
here a
someone-
month
I know Two
today.
people have gone to Scotland. I'm confused. Everybody's leaving.
Yeah.
Where
No,
are
it's
you?
been really nice.
Where are you in Ireland?
I'm in Kenmare, which is in the southwest in County Kerry.
Okay.
So we're going to eventually be in Cork. A month from now, we'll move into our place in Cork, but we're camping out here very happily for a couple of months before that.
Very nice.
I'm going to get earplugs. I'll be right back.
That must be exciting.
Yeah, it is.
At least you escaped America.
Well, you don't really. The Irish economy is very entwined with the US. We have a lot of oil fragility here, and the news is everywhere. It's on everybody's mind, so it's still oppressive.
I know that you have good music around, though.
Oh, yes. Well, there's lots of good things here. The food is amazing.
The Irish know how to cook. They do.
Moroccan scallions and beans from Kenya and all sorts of unusual sourcing. I'm really having fun with the grocery side of things, but it's a slow, wonderful spring. Flowers have been blooming for over a month now, but they're still like the daffodils have been up for a month and they just stay and stay because it gets so cool in the evenings and it never gets very warm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're ready to.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
Jason's in the house. Yay, we got all the pictures.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey. Where are you?
Hi, Jason.
Where are you, Jason?
Well, I'm actually in the Guadalupe Valley of Mexico, northern Mexico.
Oh.
Wine country. The kids are on spring break, and so we drove down here. Not that far from LA.
Oh.
Nice.
Jason, would it be possible for you to put your back to a wall so we can see your face because you're coming on as a silhouette with a black background?
Okay.
Yeah, I could just move then away from a window for what's there. Yeah.
Mona's coming.
Oh, yeah, that's much better.
Oh, yeah, we can see you now. Hey, Mona.
Hi, Charlie.
And there's Cindy.
You Roxanne.
Hey, Cindy.
Hey, Cindy.
Unmuted. Hey.
Hi. Happy No King's Day. We're here in spirit.
I'm wearing my No King shirt.
And I have a No King, so I'm going to read radical poems today. Especially the last one will be a scenario about you know who.
Yeah.
I hate him.
You all hate him.
You got to get in line for that one.
Probably
Even people who voted for him hate him now.
Yeah, idiots. Yeah. USA, yeah, USA.
So sad.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, the sun is shining. The soup is
cold
sending
out.
up heat. The soup is sending up heat, thank God.
Yeah, mine too.
Okay, great.
Finally,
Yeah, now we
just
can
got
see
me.
Jason really well.
Yay, looking
Yes.
good. Looking good, Jason. Yay.
Yeah. So what happened to the Walt Whitman look, Jason? When did you trim it all off?
I think probably the day after those pictures were taken.
Sorry about those pictures, that's what it said. I took everything down.
Well, you should give us some updated ones.
Okay, those are pretty. That was maximum. That was the maximum length
Hmm.
I felt I'd reached. And I felt that was an interesting photograph. I think I kind of look like have a pretty typical white guy look. I thought that was kind of about as eccentric and interesting as I could possibly come up with.
Yeah. Hey, Larissa, welcome.
Marissa's in the house. Yay!
Yeah.
Happy No Kings.
Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
Canada's in the
Happy
house.
Caroline.
Canada. We got two Canadians in the house, Susan and Caroline. Hi.
Hi. Yeah.
And Charles is honorary Canadian because Josephine is the Canadian, but she's.
That's a good thing to be.
I keep thinking that you're Canadian for some reason.
That's because all my ancestors came from there.
And you always hang out with Josephine. I automatically assumed that you were Canadian.
It was in 1700, but that's where the ancestors came from.
Oh, a loyalist. You're a loyalist.
1700s.
There is a No Kings March here in Toronto.
Mm.
Yeah.
No
Although we have a
surprise.
king. We have a
Except-
king.
You actually have a
So-
king.
So it's really, yeah, we do have a king, but it's no authoritarian. It's a no fascist
right.
sort of
Yeah.
march.
Because isn't
Solidarity.
he just a figurehead? Because don't you have a constitutional monarchy over in UK?
Yeah, it is. It is. We have a constitution of our own, but he is still, we're part of the Commonwealth, and he is still officially the head of the country. But we have the person who is given the responsibility is called the Governor General. And the woman who is the Governor General now is actually wonderful. Mary Simon is her name, and she's an Inuit. She's from the far north, but she speaks a whole bunch of languages. She's really
Good.
Remarkable person.
There's hope, right? There's hope in this world, I hope.
Oh, a better story, if I can take one more minute. The premier, the governor of Manitoba, who is a chief in his tribe, is also at a convention now of his party. And he said, he wrote to the prime minister and said, you must keep us out of anything to do with this Iran war. Then he went on to make his speech, and he said at one point, there shouldn't be any Canadians endangered by this war, or even Americans. The only people who should go to war are the Epstein people.
The
I mean, the ones who like making a mess, they're the only ones who should be on the battlefield. Not the innocent people that they draft or whatever.
Yeah.
They
Let them
should
duke it out. Let them
refuse
duke it
to
out.
go. They should just refuse to go
Right,
and take the
exactly.
consequences. Because this is a senseless war, and it's not worth giving up their lives for. We already had a lot. We have a lot of dead.
It's really
Well,
technically an
They
undeclared
should
war.
just not go.
But technically it's an undeclared war. But it's the president who is in charge of the armed forces, unfortunately.
Even when there's not a literal draft, there's kind of a virtual draft when people don't have jobs, and the military be all you can be and see the world. That's great up to a point, but depending on how deprived of labor the labor force is. It encourages more people to join up. That's why, when there's wars, a lot of the people that go are the poorer people.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
what
there's
about the
always
ICE,
been
the
so.
ICE agents, the ICE agents? What's going on with the airports now? The TSA are not getting paid. And
Send them
the ICE
over
people
to
coming in.
Iran. They
Hi,
want to fight,
Harvey.
Hi, Carvey's in the house. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Mona. Hi, Peter.
Hello, everyone.
So Patty, it's 2:07. You wanna get started? I think the recordings are all set.
You want to start 207, 210?
Yeah, we can wait 3 more minutes. Yeah, everything is started. We're already recording.
Yeah, because it's maybe somebody else will come in here.
Live stream, yeah.
Mhm.
If anybody wants to make an announcement, I know Harvey,
Yeah.
Larissa, you guys have events coming up. What if you want to tell people about them? It's a good time to do it now.
And also we have the chat room. You can post all your plugs for your books, the upcoming readings or whatever, or positive comments.
Okay, well, I'll be posting in the chat an invitation with links to join for, I guess it's tomorrow. Tomorrow is Artful Dodger's poetry reading. This one will be entirely on Zoom. It starts at 2:30. We generally run for a couple of hours and have 2 rounds of reading. We'll also be having a hybrid reading in person at the Brooklyn Heights Public Library and also on Zoom utilizing their drop-down movie screen on Saturday, I believe it is, April 11th. But I'll be posting the information in the chat. If you want any additional information, I'll put my email address in there. Hope some of you will be able to make it tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. And there's a free hot air balloon ride attached to every Zoom. A wonderful thing, by the way.
Sin Reyes. Remember, Sin Reyes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at the time. We got 1 more minute to start. Okay, 1 more minute till we blast off.
Larissa, did you have anything to announce to tell
We
people?
have Writing Resilience is having a reading April 19th, 4 to 6 p.m. Zoom link to be announced. And the YouTubes for Sustained Resistance, the readings in honor of Martin Luther King reading are now available, and I've posted them on Facebook. They're available. Please listen and enjoy and share widely.
Thank you, Larissa.
Thank you. Okay, it's 2:10. We're gonna start. Okay. Okay, is this being recorded?
Yeah, it should be recorded. Let me just double check, but I believe the
Just
recording is set
before I
up.
start, I'm gonna stop blabbing away.
Yeah, we're recording and it's streaming.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Brownstone Poets. Happy No King's Day. We're there in spirit, and the poetry also ring against what's going on with this fascist regime. Okay, we got a fabulous reading today. We have Jason Morphew, we have Mary Newell and Dawn Yorty. Unfortunately, Pamela Hughes won't be able to make it today. She's not feeling well, she's sick. So anyway, we got a fabulous open mic here. We'll allow 3 minutes each. And we're gonna start, see who's here. Not too many, okay. We're gonna start with Bruce Whitaker. And then we're gonna have, is Juan Brahma here? No?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay. We're gonna have Bruce Whitaker, Larissa Schmilo. Elizabeth Lyra's not here? I guess not. Michael Lombana's not here. Sydney's here, yay. We have Cindy Hockman, Carolyn G.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hi, shall I say it again?
No, it was, I don't know why it just suddenly said that. It was recording all the time anyway.
Okay, welcome to Brownstone Poets. Okay, we're gonna 3 minutes for the max. with 1 or 2 poems, depending on the length, but we're going to go to 3 minutes each. Okay, the first round, we're going to have Bruce Whitaker, Lucia Smilo, Harvey Sauce. Let's see who's here. Cindy Hockman, Caroline Di Giovanni, Mona Zemfaiska. I don't see Gear Austin yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
I guess they'll go in the second round.
And we have Peter Kozlowski and Jeffrey Gaza.
Right.
Gaza. Okay.
We have Beth and Austin are here too.
Okay. I
Hi,
might
Beth.
as well put Beth in this and Austin in the first group. Okay. We're going to start with, okay, unmute, and everybody please use the chat room for to plug your books, your readings, or just positive comments. And when people are reading, please mute your phones, okay? Please mute your phones and your screens, audios. Okay, first person up is Bruce Whitaker. Take it away.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for putting me in first. It's a little later here than in Ireland than most of you see, but it's great to be here. We've been traveling for a few months, and the first stop this year was in Rome. And that's where this poem takes place. It's called Stumblestones. There in the pavement, the brass squares bear names, dates, and location of death from that night the trucks growled to a stop. Hard boots on wooden floors, brutal shouts, guns pointed. You are all roused out of sleep. Cries and questions unanswered, pleas ignored. Bound, marched, hauled, huddled for the long journey, ever colder, still no coat. No one speaks your language except your fellow captives. No one knows where you are. You dream of home, days of forced labor, meager food, leering guards who visit nights of horror heard, endured. Sickness untreated, yet doctors assist interrogations. Complain, get hit. Insist, get shot. A shallow grave in a foreign land. No, not now. Many years ago. See the Stoppelstein, stumblestones, outside the Roman barracks door. The 20 brass squares read 1943, when dozens of carabinieri were taken. 20 died in camps. Now atonements of brass placed by a single artist, a man of German accountability, patina in pavements, tens of thousands embedded in the sidewalks of Rome, Dusseldorf, Vienna, on and on. They remember those meant to be erased by brutality, reawakened and stalking again in this place here, this time now, in packing plants, schools, courthouses, daycares, the rumble of vehicles, brutal shouts, boots and bullets, roar through days and nights once more. We may gasp and stumble before these savage missions we deplore, but we remember what stones are for.
Wow. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, everyone.
Beautiful. Thank you. Welcome back. Excellent work. Thank you so much. Okay, next up is Larissa Smila. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Patricia and Roxanne, and thank you everyone here reading. My poem is called New Life 2. It's a mistranslation of Joseph Brodsky. Imagine that the war is over, that peace has reigned, that you can look at your face in the mirror again, that magpies, not bombs, whistle down upon your head, that outside the cities, homes are not destroyed. Instead, a baroque burst of laurel, palm, magnolia, pine. Instead of red-hot gunfire, a white-hot Venus shines. That war's cast-star swamp is gone, and then the boredom is over. Life has to start again. Imagine that the epoch ends in an idyll. The words that came in monologues are dialogues now. And the flame that consumed others better than you, greedily, like logs. In you, it saw little use or warmth, and like the dogs, that's why you were spared, why bullets scraped only your fear. Imagine that the more honest the voice, the less it has tears. And when any Polyphemus asks you who it is that speaks, say, who me? No one, like Odysseus, the Greek. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, next up we have Harvey Sauce. Unmute and share.
One thing I should just mention, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm hearing a lot of problems with the sound on my end. It's like a reverberation.
You're on twice, Harvey. There are
I'm
two
on
of you here.
Let me leave and come back.
Yeah, so
Okay,
you may
okay,
be
we'll take
causing some of
someone
that.
else then. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
we'll come back to you. Okay,
Sure.
next up, Susan Murray's not reading. We're gonna have Cindy Hockman, unmute and share.
Okay. I think you've all heard some of these. I'm going to read 3 very short ones. This one is in honor of next month. It just happens to be, but I read it every month. Not just April, it's called. Trump's America, a place where any month can be the cruelest.
Wow.
Some rhyming adjectives to describe Donald Trump. Bad dude, rude, crude, lewd, half brewed, half stewed, poo-pooed, much booed, much sued, emperor in the nude, we're screwed.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
One more. I got one very quick one in honor of today. No kings, absolutely no kings in the USA. However, Jewish American princesses are more than welcome and highly encouraged. That's why I'm wearing my Jewish doll.
Beautiful. Thank you, Cindy.
Thanks.
Thank you, Cindy. Harvey, are you okay? You're muted. You're muted. Are you okay now?
I'm okay.
Okay, would you like to read?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't think I've read this here before, but I'll give it a shot. It's called I Do Not Love the Tsetse Fly. Dear reader, if you prefer, as I do, that your sleep not too much resemble a death-like trance, avoid the tsetse fly however you can. Run, hide, drape your four-poster and mosquito netting against its depredations. Dress Amish even on the hottest of days, or Orthodox Jew chewing on a bit of Torah, the tribes having survived for thousands of years by burying all types of demon flies in the prototype of a shoe-fly pie. Keep a flamethrower at your bedside in the event that the Maginot Line of your defenses is broken through. Better that your apartment go up in flames and be destroyed than you. Be the best host you can be, but never host the tsetse. Bloodsuckers and motherfuckers who drill we must dentistry will fuck you up. Beat them as Iran's morality police do. Shun them like they've broken some tenet of your religion. Abjure their presence in your airspace as England did that of the Luftwaffe. Don't be taken in by all the buzz around their air show. DM them. If I'd wanted disease transmission, I'd have ordered a rideshare, a Lyft, or an Uber. Assure your daughters that these fellows are a no-no and shouldn't be invited to their sweet 16s. That you'd rather fizz out like an Alka-Seltzer than walk them down the aisle to marry a tsetse. Of all the things in the world that may kill me, sharks, crocodiles, Chairman Z, I am most afraid of what I cannot see. Disease carriers that view me as a carrier to land on, with the appearance of flesh-eating bacteria that can fly. I'd sooner die by my own hand than have one land on me, harakiri preferable to the bite of a tsetse. Insect spray, save me from this least of all creatures, that rare thing United Nations can agree upon. the benefits of exterminating wickedly bonsaiing tojos whose kiss, nothing like true love's, may result in African sleeping sickness. Roofied, should one sidle up to you at the bar, you might lie down, never to rise again. Snow White's poisoned apple has nothing on these guys. Human African trypanosomiasis shouldn't be high on your Christmas list. Step Mother Nature's way of giving us the gift of insentient existence. Almost 100% fatal without medical intervention. Rumor has it that Cain, retained as a consultant, recommended it for bumping off brothers and brethren. As for me, I will pledge my allegiance to AI if artificial intelligence will help me eliminate that fly, also known as the tick-tick. Just the thought of it makes me sick. I've been in prison and I've been in business, but nothing scares me so much as one of those little suckers all puckered up and about to deliver its goodnight kiss. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, I love that pledge allegiance to AI. Yeah. Everything's AI now. Boy, looks like we're going to get rid of all the people now. Okay, let's read off the list here. We have Caroline Di Giovanni. After her, we have Mona. We have Peter. Jeffrey's not reading. After that, we have Austin, Beth, Charlie, and Maria. Okay, so Caroline, take it away.
Hello, hello. Thank you. I wasn't going to do this, but since we started out talking about no kings, here I'll read again. Evil in the Oval. There he sits, resolute behind the famous desk. He appears to be normal, but instead of a civilized statesman, this creature is evil incarnate. No self-control, dressed for a garden party in Eden before the fall. Maybe he caused the fall, descending from the tree like the snake that he is. His lies charm and beguile until he captures the minds of too many clueless lemmings ready to follow him over the cliff. He has shredded all the people who preceded him in power. He doesn't care for truth or history or even humanity. He would bomb more babies without a twinge of conscience. He has no conscience. He is only evil in the Oval Office. Wait for the resistance. That's mine. My Canadian. Do I have one more?
Yeah.
Can I take another? Can you
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
me all right?
Mhm.
My voice is okay?
Mhm.
This one is part of a long series I'm doing on aging, unfortunately. The Duchess is aging. My life is now anachronism. I cannot find light bulbs for my chandelier. The coffee service is showing tarnish. Where did I put the silver polish? Here's my collection of candlesticks, brass, silver, crystal, all holders, no candles. The time has come to give away my things. First the porcelain figurines, later on the diamonds. I watch the sunset now from my apartment balcony, wrapped in my quilt of memories. I am content. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Fantastic. Okay, next up we're gonna have Mona Fire School.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Patricia. I guess I'm gonna experiment today, and I'm gonna read with a poem that I was just writing for a homework. So it's still work in progress. So this is a prose poem. I don't have a title yet. And it's supposed to be a plain words about how words act on us, right? So here are the words. Girls must play with the girls' team, boys on the boys' team. Girls can't be smarter than the boys. To love life, to grow like a weed, to see the meadow opening to the sun, to the rain, to grow, a weed among flowers, like words, drop like hail, to love life, to love the hail. What to say to the father who glows, who burns like the sun? A girl must leave like the seed of the tall oaks. A girl must move out of the shadow. Blue is for boys, red is for girls. To love life, to love its plethora of colors. Blue in the lavender fields, to love the lavender against the blue sky. Blue, blue, blue. The ladybugs fly low, red wings. People say, to find your love, follow where the ladybugs go. Where? 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 A dream, a meadow where, here among daisies, the cosmos, the foxglove, among milkweed, the aster, the black-eyed Susan, the girl up to the waist among tall grasses, feeling the wind. A father needs to have a son. What else does a father need? The sun shines over the forests and fields with equal generosity. Still, the light hardly reaches the understory. The woods are cool in the midday light. Here, on down trees, the moss, velvety and soft, a keeper of mysteries. What thrives in poor, undisturbed soil and blooming from spring to fall? What else a father needs? Father needs to save a son. Words fall, words fail, words that fail without fail. Not disputing a father's tender love for a son, only a father's love for a daughter, harsh and lonesome, like hail over a field of self-sufficient blossoms. A girl must forgive and forget. A girl must understand. A girl must understand. A girl must understand. Boys' team always wins.
Wow. That's powerful. Yeah, the boy, and they still do.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Next up, we're going to have Peter Kozlowski, unmute and share. And after Peter, we're going to have Austin Alexis, Beth Morris. Let's see who else is on the list. Charlie Colbine and Maria Perez. Did I miss anybody? I guess that's it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, can you hear me? This is actually a song, but I don't have the guitar, and I was going to shake the shaker, but sometimes these things come out too loud on the mic, so it's called We the People. I did this on New Year's Day. This was my thought for the year. We the people spill our sweat out on the soil and make it grow. Watch our blood run down the rivers to the sea. We the people keep the wheels turning, churning out the gold. We the people live and we the people see. We the people born to fly. We the people will get by. We the people keep on punching back the paralyzing cold. Sell our souls and break our bodies on the line. We the people breathe the fire in the desert of the day. We the people rock the cradles through the night. We the people, we have to drive. We the people, we will survive. We the people want no lords and ladies leeching on our land. We the people fancy answering to the sky. We the people want our children on our chances and our change. We the people don't want anybody's jive. We the people born alive. We the people bound to thrive. We the people know our mind. We the people no more lies. We the people need nobody nowhere else to write our rules. We the people just don't think that we are fools. We the people don't need kings and agents tracking down our lives. We the people want what's coming to us right. We the people know our mind. We the people, no more lies. Okay,
Thank you so much.
getting a little coarse there.
Hi. Okay, next up we have Austin Alexis. Take it away. Austin? Unmute.
Oh,
Austin,
okay.
okay.
I thought I unmuted. Two short poems. Frozen. ICE agents turn airports into chilly, unwelcoming spaces, into refrigerators, into freezers even. ICE agents turn on chaos, quick as they can switch a dial or tap an agile finger on a smartphone screen. Like snow piles, they are barriers, watchdogs at an iron gate, regulators screening out even a trace of tropical warmth. No green moss grows on walls where ice has spread its frost. Leafy vines stiffen in cold air. And the next poem is sort of related to one of the poems in my new book, The Whirlpool Bath, but this poem was written too late to get into the book. And it's about propaganda, which is really something we should be resisting. Propagate. Say what you want to be true. Say it as many times as possible. Say it as loud as you can. Say it spraying clear oxygen with stained spittle. Say it until your tongue nearly drops from your tired mouth. Say it until other people hear nothing else. Say it till it stinks the air. Say it so it's visible like a headline or a billboard or a drone display. Drone on and on. Dangle the words like a flag too heavy for its pole. Drive the language forward, never resisting, never reversing. Ditto the phrases. Darlings of the globe, your words will shine, will tickle the asses of the masses, will live in living rooms, thrive in bedrooms, rule in boardrooms, will establish lies as the utter truth. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Austin. Beautiful. Let me just send you an emoji. Sorry. Beautiful. Okay, next up we have Beth. Please unmute and share.
Hi, everyone. In this day of protest, I'm going to be reading a poem from my new book, A Yellowed Notebook, which is a collaboration with my late father's final diary or notebook. And since we're talking about protest, I'm going to read one of the poems of protest that's in here. Let me give you the foreword. In April 1950, the High School Teachers Association, the HSTA, 1950, predating the UFT, staged a walkout when the mayor of New York City, Bill O'Dwyer, refused to negotiate with the teachers for an increase of salary of $600. The New York City high school students went on a 3-day strike in sympathy with the teachers. The strike took place in the midst of the Red Communist Scare in America, and the mayor claimed that the union and the students were all subversive Reds. Although the teachers and students returned to school, the strike was not settled for 18 months. The McCarran Act of 1950, the Internal Security Act during the McCarthy era, allowed for the investigation of anyone accused of promoting communism or engaging in subversive activities. So this is
That's it?
hold on a second.
Okay, sorry.
I lost my page. Oh, here we are.
Okay.
It all started with a proposed teacher pay raise. New York City teacher strike, 1950. Everything was strange about that day, out of order. I was always alone in our apartment after school. Mother at work, sister at dance practice, father staying late at his high school to to coach and teach the basketball team. I was a latchkey child long before the term was invented. Then I heard the lock turn, saw my father come through the door, his normal steady gaze displaced by panic. He ran past me in the hallway, straight to the bedroom. No greeting, no explanation. Changed out of his school clothes, spent the next 2 hours pacing from room to room until my mother came home. I caught snatches of their conversation, their closed bedroom door. HSTA called for a strike, a walkout. Mayor ignored our demands for a raise, so we walked. High school kids went out and strike too. Schools are closed. Don't know if they'll let the teachers back in tomorrow. Don't know how long we'll have to be on strike. No strike fund. No savings. O'Dwyer thinks we're all Reds. Could get fired. Brought up on charges under the McCarran Act. His fear spread. I was too young to understand. Didn't know what to do. So I locked myself in my room, played my phonograph loud. Scary times, we get over them, right?
Mm-hmm. Thank
We
you,
the
Beth.
people. We the people. Yes, Peter.
Okay. Thank you, Beth. Well done. Next up is Charles Cobain. Unmute chair.
Patricia.
And then we'll have Maria.
I'd like to read a new poem. Not sure it's finished, but here it is. It's called Did We Ask Too Much? Did the moon rise red at dawn and tug on your blood tide, haul each breath, hand over hand like a great rope toward its breathless face? Were the blinds raised? Could you see the stars guttering atop their altar? Was it light outside yet? On the nightstand where the lamp was there also a picture of your husband whose lungs sunk first and you in better days? A reminder. Was someone there waiting, whispering, tone poem or prayer or confession? Your youngest. Could you see her, though your eyes were black agates? Did she cup your spotted hand in hers for warmth, but also hope to hold you there, like a small boat riding at anchor, not drift yet on the ebbing, retreat into the bay? Was music playing, the music you loved, single piano, Debussy or Ravel, Ballade or Pavane? Did it lift you out, beyond the borrowed room, the neat, uncreased sheets, the scarcely stirring air? Did you see yourself blossoming suddenly? When the phone rang, I was dreaming of summer and woke to a cold room. Did we ask too much to stay a moment more? You're becoming, already become. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Congratulations on your new book. Okay, next up we have Maria Perez. Unmute and share.
Beautiful to hear you all. So beautiful. So here we are with this whole Mid-East, okay, whatever you want to call it, but it's not new. From the Montreal Bridge, en medio del camino, they say Boadil the young Moorish king of Granada, his soul darkened, turned on the bridge after he had turned over the keys to the Alcázar and the Alhambra on a silken pillow to the conquerors Isabella and Ferdinand that 2nd of January in 1492. The sun's shadow in him, Boabdil turned for one last time en medio del camino to see the red splendor of Alhambra, the shimmer of Alcázar, home to his ancestors for 700 years. A paradise on earth, the sages said, where orange and jasmine scented patios and courts, where the sun and wind were freely admitted, and water, a visual and musical treat, trickled, bubbled, cascaded in fountains, gardens, and baths to sparkle bodies and spirits, all turned over to the armed regents, their victory banners fluttering, their fighting horses reined in, their mounted minions waiting. All eyes on him, Boabdil on his black mount, rides slowly to the rocky prominence before the bridge south. He turns for one last look. Trembling pressure rises in his chest. He turns for one last look. A sigh he can't control spills through quivering lips. Ay, de mi Alhambra.
Bravo.
Gracias.
Beautiful. Okay, what should we do? Okay, we should go directly into the features now since we have Roxanne.
Yep.
Should we go directly into the features? The two,
Yep.
1 and 2?
I think everybody who was signed up for the open has read.
Yeah, unless somebody comes on later
Right.
on.
And if anybody comes on afterwards, we can just put them on afterwards. Okay.
Okay, and we'll do okay, we'll do 1 and 2, and then we'll go into the break. Okay.
Right.
Okay, cool. Okay, Don Yorty is the author of 3 poetry collections: A Few Summers Appear, Poet Laundromat, and Spring Sonnets, and a novel, What Night Forgets. He blogs at donyorty.com, an archive of current art, his own writing, and the work of other poets. I was one of them. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Don. Poems written in his 20s, Fucking and Other Poems, was recently published by Indolent Books. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to Don Yorty. Take it away.
Thank you, Patricia and Roxanne, for asking me to be here today. I have a little bit of a sore throat, but my book by Indolent has come out, Fucking and Other Poems, and I'll put a link to it in the chat. Not that you have to buy it, but you could just check it out if you have a moment. So I'm going to actually read from the book, and I'm going to read from the poem Fucking, which is rather long. And in the 5th section of the book, it's a conversation, a dialogue between Janis Joplin and the poet. And there's a peace march in it. So I thought I would read this today in solidarity with all of the marches going on around the world. Fuck Trump. So I'm going to start to read, and it's sort of in the middle of the 5th section of Fucking. Janice, wake up. In my closet hangs a belt. Get it for me. It's of leather, one I no longer wear since becoming vegetarian and believing it's better to alleviate all pain, even to the bellowing stripped off the backs of cattle hung off hooks in Chicago, where Delta bluesmen used to work when no one would pay to hear them play, and they sat to contemplate the killing floor as the sun sank from the door in the growing light bulb's glow, about which flies buzzed full of gore, as they strummed and strummed their weeping chords to salve and soothe their savage souls in the abattoir of night with their eyes shut tight. A belt, my favorite, iron buckle like a claw, easy to put on or take off if you're just about ready to make love, or you're standing in Indiana by some road with your thumb out, also snapping it, and your foot, you're tapping it to the beat of eternity, which is the rock and roll of Bo Diddley. When a car stops full of grown men, one of them sticks his head out the window, surprising you to see he's the same age you are, when he says, "The West was won with a gun, that's how it's done, and that's how we'll do it in Vietnam. Leave it if you don't love it, you long-haired commie faggot, while I give you a haircut. My buddies are gonna hold you down one by one, choke cocks in your mouth. Then to while away the afternoon, we're gonna beat you black and blue." Which is when it gets very simple. I just swing off my belt so the buckle hits him on the temple. I wore it years ago when I was of the street, full of revolution, one of many children who hitchhiked on the highways and slept under the stars, marched into the Capitol to protest war. And anything we had, we'd give it to you free. Our genitals, our clothes, our LSD. Till what was in us moving was also moving you through the streets, a great crowd of love, walking all around. Above us flew a dove, flying in the sun, way up and out of reach, but descending on its own, a black dot yet, and all that light of illuminating possibility. So sure to be, because we'd seen it when we knocked at the door of the president and shouted, "Let us in." He came and he stood, but he wouldn't, only said, "What do you want?" We said, "War to end." "No," said the president, "I have to control. If there's no war, the world won't go our way, no way, no. And by the way, go fight it. Go fight for me, my war." "Hell no," we said, "we won't go." "Trust me," said the president, "I know how the world must go." "How do you know how the world must go if you hold on to it and won't let it go? Let the world go and watch where it goes. Then you can follow it and then you will know. Relax, sit back, smoke dope for an hour, look at the flowers." "Where in that," said the president, "is the power? You need power in this world of ours or they'll shoot you for sure and put you under the flowers." We shouted, "You haven't the power." "But I do," he said. "I gathered it in the wee dark hours when you were all sleeping and no one was looking. I made a chain of it and locked it on you." He held up in his hand the green face of George Washington. $1 is power. It bought me this gun. As he showed us putting the bullet in, the dove from above was descending. "Here comes peace," we said. "Can't you see it?" "It's just a bird," said the president. Shot it. "It's just a bird," said the Congress, and they cooked it. "It's just a bird," said the generals, and they ate it. "It's just our sons," said the people, and they buried it, wept bitterly, cried out, "How come?" And the land was dark as a tomb while the president walked up and down in his room, talking to portraits hung on the wall that were the faces of presidents gone before. To crack silence that's paint, the president talked politics, talked world affairs with who wasn't there. His officials trembled, hid on the stair. "This is bad," they said, "but what can you do? He's got the power, not us, not you." "Then take the power," I said, throwing a brick, screamed chaos, fire, some never learned, so let them burn. Then all about the crowd of love stooped down to pick up a stone. What was picked up? One thing, each throwing alone, not through the president's window, but through the windows of themselves. The flames shot out, tore the place down, till visions of Shiva danced in our heads, smashing to ash what we finally sat in to ponder why we didn't win. One old woman wept and no one looked. One young one did, and men turned their heads. The only way to have a revolution, I said, is not to have one. And I was just sad, got drunk, sat in my ash, and tried to forget. When I saw it, what I thought had been dead, the dove that was peace I thought I had seen shot down in the street, still was breathing. And peace is a phoenix, breathing quick breathings, where I blew and I blew on the coals of my soul that were dying, almost dead, till the flames shot up again, not like the flames of Shiva, but instead like candlelight, where all the land is dark, but you can walk if you hold it out. A flame that soon took wing to cover everything, disappearing, saying, persevere and you are near. Revolution was a fad. Most finished college turned into their dads, but behind every fad, if you look, is the truth. I cling to as those climbers of mountains to ropes pull themselves up into beautiful views where if they let go, that's all they will do. And that's from Fucking, and I'll stop there in solidarity with today. I hope everybody could hear me.
That was beautiful, Don.
Oh, thank you.
Patty, are you muted?
That's it? That's it, Don?
Yeah, I just read the Peace March from Fucking.
Okay.
If you want to
Because you
read the
had
rest of the
15
poem,
minutes.
please,
Okay, you
please
had
buy
15
the book.
You had 15 minutes. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. We move on to Mary
My
Newell.
throat's a little
Oh,
sore.
I'm sorry. Okay, that's okay. You did beautifully. I loved it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mary Newell, PhD, is an educator, writer, and editor whose work bridges embodied experience and ecological consciousness. Her most recent book, Entwine, a critically acclaimed collection of poetry with selected photographs, was published by Blaze Vox in 2025. Newell's poetry and essays have been published widely in journals and anthologies, including About Place Journal, Clockwise Cat, Echo Zone, Interim Journal, and Talisman. Her previous books include two chapbooks, Tilt, Hova, Veer, and Research, as well as the co-edited anthologies, The Routledge Companion to Echo Poetics and Politics, Poetics and Poetics, sorry if I'm messing this up, for the More Than Human World. Newell teaches creative writing and literature at the University of Connecticut, Stanford, and leads intermittent workshops on writing and on Feldenkrais, a mind-body method that focuses on awareness and movement. Newell lives in Beacon, New York, where she tends to the intersections of language, ecology, embodiment, and consciousness. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to Mary Newell. Take it away.
Greetings. It's kind of hard to live up to that. I moved recently from living near the woods to a small city, and I was very involved where I lived in planting and tending to many species of plants and birds, planting native gardens and so on. So this book, Entwine, which I put the link in, you can't really see it on here, but the link is in the chat. See if I can get a focus because I wanted to show one photograph. No, it just wants my face. Here's the cover. It's a superimposition of a bird and a face. And there are a number of poems in the book. This is one of a tree with a wound in it, which will be the first poem I read. So I'm going to read several poems from here, and then I'll read a few newer poems. I have to say that I haven't totally transitioned from my former location to this one, and I'm sort of in a limbo. And I'm trying not to force it to end too quickly because limbos are interesting places to be in for creative people. So you will find different voices in what I read and so on. And I also want to mention that I'm giving a workshop online. It starts the day after Easter, it's April 6th. And it's my first foray into combining my mind-body practice with my writing practice. And I'm really very excited about it. It's working with the sound of vowels and where they sound in the body, with the idea of how you can more fully bring your whole self into your writing. So if any of you are interested or know people who might be, please be in touch. So let's see. This poem is called Hard to Know the Whole of It, whole, W-H-O-L-E. The word whole also appears, H-O-L-E, it's the hole in the tree. And it starts with a short statement, and the quotes in it are from a Vermont forester named Michael Snyder. Every wound ever suffered remains within a tree, but while they may not heal, most trees do get closure. From afar, just a black hole in an oak, pitch black, blanking out the ambient light. The hollow, a token of loss, a left behind gap. I wasn't here, wasn't cognizant when the limb tumbled or was wrenched or sutured off. Can't put my hand inside to palpate a wound. Would fear insects or, quote, trees are quite commonly beat upon, rooted in place as they are. Assaulted by chainsaws, windstorms, humans wanting more sunlight, more asphalt, more. Trees can't heal like animals. Quote again, the trick is in sealing, not healing, end of quote. Commotion around a wound, rolls of puffed or ridged callus tissue narrow in around the injury, sealing by increments. In flesh, scar tissue rarely flexes as well as what was cut. We recuperate at best, climb past the missing rung, while mishaps fold into memory or stick to the skipped beat. The tree rings out each season in cambium cylinders, while in tandem, woundwork sequesters past afflictions. And this next poem, I'm very fond of birds, and fortunately I've discovered that there are many birds where I live now in Beacon because there are trees, and where there are trees, there are birds. And I've heard more than I've seen of them, but I think that will change as they become more familiar with their hangouts. But this is from where I lived before, when a red-tailed hawk came out of the woods and landed in my backyard, which is a very unusual event. They generally hang out in high places and not backyards, even though mine was, as I said, near the woods. So imagine this poem in two columns, at least to start, one being the hawk and one being me, the observer. The heart rate of a red-tailed hawk, on average, 202 beats per minute. Mine is 65. Food, mostly small mammals. Mine, veggie, omnivore. Auburn and white feathers pair to my few auburn streaks in white. Domicile, twig nest in tree. Me, house with many windows through which I see you in the yard. Unusual proximity, perched on a long horizontal. Sustained, unwavering. I become as still as you. No feather ruffles, long practice holding a gaze. Is it mere accident you seem to look my way? Is your stillness just pray ready? For me, a prayer to unconceal connection. The term adjacent, insufficient for this yearning to tug the thread that tangles us together. Neither prey nor protector, no necessity. I'm touched by wildness, flight, while you perhaps find respite with no predators. I ache to claim this gaze is mutual. Does that imply intent? I honor the space that opens in elongated gaze till you release the branch to soar, circling wide and out of sight. And I'll read one more from the book. It's part of a trio about seeds. Seeds being the sort of miracle, one of the miracles in the natural world, because and something to think about in this kind of time when everything seems difficult, that a seed has everything it needs within it, but not really, because it needs a nourishing environment, right? It needs water and soil. But the whole unfolding of potentiality in the seed is something that I want to bring forth as a constructive metaphor. Furthering the plant's survival plan. Hold a seed in a calm hand. Feel the faint pulsation of folded in potential. Meanwhile, your heartbeat pulses, pumping blood, and your nervous system picks up clues of liveliness from all directions. Hand informs brain of the buzz, but brain is deluged with 11 million bits of sensation a second, while the conscious mind grasps roughly 50. So you might have to jiggle that seed to feel it. Meanwhile, the earth pulses every 26 seconds, blips in mini seismic shimmy shrug because the sun heats stronger toward the equator. If you've vaulted off clock ticks toward earth tempos, say several days deep into the Grand Canyon, you can sense that pulse along with your own. And the seed, can you scatter it, envisioning the rampant leafing chorus that sings out oxygen? So that's from Entwine, which is available from Blaze Lux Books. Thank you, Jeffrey Gotza. And so these are a few, I would say, interim poems. I did write a kind of chapbook about housing and unhousing, which is somewhere waiting to hear whether it's going to be accepted. So no news about that. And then I have one semi-political poem, which I'll end with. This is a really short poem. What if a flower, concerned that frost would come too soon, all through its cycle kept covered, calyx closed? And this is a poem called Belongings. What belongs to you deeply returns by mutual affiliation, but less than you were told you owned or were entitled to. Paraphernalia that clings, odd beliefs, and superstitions guzzled at random rest stops, burdens, shackles. Name even my father's? Have I a name of my own? And all that should have been the most burdensome weight of all. Another short poem called Uproot. As if a twig asserted itself a tree beyond what rooting could sustain, toppled, touched bare earth, and sprouted. I should end with that, but I have one more. So This is called Cold Coffee and a General Chill. Yes, I'm all in, but what are we into? I'd rather be all out if it means committing to a project that can't succeed, like stopping the tsunami of corporate greed or personal greed, the unacknowledged daily kind of buying one more gadget. That's a sure way to wear out the adrenals with no useful result. There is some hope around the edges, a few positive stories scattered amid the news debris. And then I'm all in again. But I'm busy. You know how it is. So, how are we going to make any progress on this general project of saving the planet? When I lived on Wood's Edge, I planted shrubs to support birds with year-round edibles, kept a swath of pollinator pathway clean of invasives, made water available in droughts. I slept well. But now in a small city, I feel like a bystander. The birds manage somehow, as I do, but I'm sure they compromise to find habitation and nourishment. Yes, I'm aware that I'm writing about birds because, as sidelined as they may be, they seem to be thriving better than some of us humans. And I have even less clue what to do about that. To stand on a soapbox and declaim to fellow believers in justice and equity, to collect our carrying in a basket and offer it to the displaced, to substitute for everything they've lost. Can words carry more than hollow hope? Sometimes I care so much I get numb caring, and then I just want to watch an apocalyptic movie where everyone lives, as if. Yes, I want everyone to live, at least most, and that's a problem because I know we will all die, and some sooner because of the skewed environment, to say nothing about politics. Yes, I've said nothing much because my mother taught me that if you can't say anything nice, keep quiet. But I know how that eats up the liver, causes dyspepsia. I'm stumbling over a rock, stubbing my toe in a hard place without even sallying forth. Meanwhile, the Father Cardinal is still a bright vermilion when he shows up in spring, as if everything's going according to plan. And so I care again, and so I'm all in. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Are we all in schedule to go to our break, Roxy?
Time. Yeah, I would say like about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So it's 3:09, so everybody should be back about 3:19.
Or 3:20 the latest.
Yeah,
Okay.
3:20. Yeah, we'll start up at 3:20 again.
Okay.
And Jason will be reading, and then anybody else.
Anybody who hasn't
Okay.
read yet, and of course us.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Talk to you later. Unmute everybody and schmooze. And I just want to let you know that next month we're going to have on April 25th, Rescue Poetics, Danny Schott, and Talina Lachelle Queen. They're going to be featured.
Yeah, we're celebrating with poet laureates.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. I had a dream last night that 30 million people showed up today.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Let's see how close I come. Let's
I
see.
really think so, because if it weren't for Brownstones, I would have been there.
Yeah, me too.
See, unfortunately, we already had this done months ago. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got one thing. Hey, what's that?
Where is the there? I take it you're referencing a march?
Yeah, from No King's March.
Right, but where?
Mine is in Riverdale, just south of me. There are two in the Bronx, one near in the East Bronx near Grand Conk. They're all over the place. But the big one over here in Riverdale is close to the river in a big park from 2 to 4.
Better if it were in front of the Supreme Court.
Maybe it is. Be huge in DC.
Well, I would have thought that we would have to be marching against kingdom, kingship. Yeah, well.
And our dear leader is playing golf today.
Yeah, but I know he nudges the golf ball with his foot towards the hole. Not that he would be alone in doing that.
Austin, are you there? When he comes back.
Oh, I was
Austin?
muted.
Austin?
Oh, here, I'm here.
Can you do me a favor? And I lost last time when you were doing the featured poet. I lost your connection to the book purchase. So could you repost it for me today?
Oh, okay. I'll put it in the
Put it in the
chat
chat.
right now.
Yeah, okay, good.
I got it on Amazon.
Thank you.
I think the Whirlpool, right? The Whirlpool bath.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, yes.
Yeah.
Mona,
Oh, Jack is here. Oh my God, he came. Okay, so we will have an open after the after Jason.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. No, and Ron, is Ron here? What happened to Ron Bremer?
I think he just said he had to leave.
Oh, sorry.
I see a message from him here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Beth, I just put it in the chat again.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So Jack will be in the open, then me, and then Roxanne, or whoever else wants to read. Susan, you don't want to read?
No, not today, Trish. I'm just in the mood to listen today.
Okay.
Yeah, Claire is here. So from my distance, as close as I can get to a No Kings is that my laptop is resting on Orwell.
yeah. But you're sitting in front of Versailles, right?
Uh, it's not far from here. Yeah, so I'm reading the new Pynchon novel, and I came across this curious passage. I mean, it was published in last November, where a character is saying, "Can you appreciate how infuriating a tendency to scream through his, okay, how insulting to me personally to be mentioned in the same breath with this feeble impersonation of a crime boss, to waste my talent not on an evil genius, but on an evil moron, dangerous not for his intellect, what there may be of it, but for the power that his ill-deserved wealth allows him to exert, which his admirers pretend is will, though it never amounts to more than the stubbornness of a child."
Wow.
I thought that was possibly a deliberate cameo of our evil moron.
Rather
Might
astonished.
be right, Jack. Oh, welcome. So good to see you. So you're feeling better.
Yeah, somewhat.
Good.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm tired. Oh, I just see the message here from Ron. Oh, well.
So is the new King's protest perhaps affecting us this afternoon?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Most people
Yeah.
have signed up.
Yeah.
A live stream, in lieu of coming live because they're at the march. They're marching.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking of going to the march and then changed my mind
Yeah.
because
There's a big thing here at the Bastille.
Hello, Jack.
Worldwide.
Hello, Bruce.
Happy end of daylight or start of daylight savings.
Oh, yes. Yes, I dread it.
That's in France now.
Yeah.
We already had ours a few weeks ago.
Yes, but it changes tonight. I like it when you get to live an hour over again. It seems a tremendous gift, but when it's taken away,
Yeah, it's awful. And you really feel like you never get it back, even though you do.
exactly.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder how they figure out with horoscopes, in certain areas where you're born a certain time, because it's the ascendant.
Right.
I'm just curious what
Yeah.
happens, how the astrologers figure that out
Hmm.
when you go through daylight savings time.
It's changing in Ireland as well, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it
So
because
we'll go.
the European Union, they have like a set time schedule?
That's from years and years ago. They put Franco actually wanted Spain to be on the same time zone as Germany, even though Spain is south of us and we're on Greenwich time.
Mhm.
Oh, why was
So
that, do you think?
I think we've got to start. Roxy, I think we've got to
okay,
start. Is it 3:20?
good to see you, Jack.
I'm sorry about
Yes.
that.
Nice to be
Roxy,
seen.
is it time to start? I think it's time.
Yeah, it's 3:20. We're good to go.
Okay, just say if it's, let me know if it's, okay, so I can,
Now, we're good.
okay, fantastic. Okay, welcome back to part 2 of Brownstone Poets. Thank you for staying, whoever's staying. Okay, we're
Wait.
gonna, the third reader,
Oh, excuse me. I now understand. I'm an hour off. I thought I was joining you on time, but
okay,
anyway.
no worries. Okay, Jason Morphrell, the author of Eject City, Poet Square, Prada, 2025.
Change of time.
Jack, get the mute. Thank you. Okay, Jason Morphew, the author of Eject City, Poets Wear Prada, 2025. His previously published poetry collections are Dead Boys, Spite and Dival, 2018, and the chapbooks What to Deflect When You're Deflecting, Poets Wear Prada, 2017. And In Order to Commit Suicide, Floating Roof, Quarterly, 2012. Widely published, his poems have appeared in Seneca Review, Lana Turner, Bellevue, Literary Review, and Smartish Pace, as well as published essays and reviews in the Daily Beast, the Los Angeles Review of Books, Publishers Weekly, and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, among other places. Morphew is also a singer-songwriter and a ghostwriter. He teaches at Stanford Online High School and lives with his family in Los Angeles. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to Jason Morphew. Take it away.
Hi, thanks. Thank you very much, Patricia and Roxanne. The last name has a U at the end. It's Morphew. It's a weird name. So I'm used to, you can pronounce it however you wish. Just don't call me late to dinner. So I'm going to read some poems from my recently published book, Eject City, published on Poets Wear Prada. It's 12:23. I'm going to set a timer so I don't mess this up. And I'm going to maybe read one or two new poems, really recent ones, brand new poems at the end. But this first one is called Gregory Orr. Gregory / Orr, with 2 R's. I can't get the Poetry Foundation to post my biography on a sufficiently shameful tree, the elegant elm against which my brother exploded his face 15 years ago last week. That's the kind of sentence lover blurbers call surreal. All you horrible babies in bed by beautiful books, eating pussy, take note. They blurb you. They push their brothers to their deaths. They make brothers who push sisters from top bunks onto hardwood floors. They vomit and stare. What do you have to say? What do you have to hear? Are you? That's Gregory Orr. I have one that I wrote, and I wasn't sure if I liked it or what. And I was thinking about cutting it from the manuscript from Eject City. And my friend, a poet, said, "No, you can't cut that one." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because this is about the vocation of being a poet." And that's what his take is on it. It may not be yours or mine, but it's called Unemployment. And then I'm going to read it because you're poets, and it seems to be a time to read it. It's also the first. I've recently written another one that's sort of set in the same place. I'm starting to realize that the hot tub is. I have a sort of a theme developing in my poems where the hot tub appears. But anyway, it's called Unemployment. In the hot tub, reading journals, Joan arbitrating in the rocks, wishing I loved poetry and music or anything. Basketball and travel. Some people really love to read. On Mulholland, on my motorcycle, I don't love movement or even leaning into death. It's the minimum I accept. Stranded always in the foothills of my greed, wanting to learn mountain climbing despite despising mountains and climbing. All those ropes to untangle, no vocation worth my love, eternally unflung from cliffs at anything. Not exactly the Protestant work ethic. Here's a poem. My son is named Venice Theodore. For a brief flash of a moment, we called him Teddy. But there were other Teddies in his age group around us, so that died away. But it was around long enough for him to name a stuffed animal baby boy Teddy. So this is called Teddy Boy. My 4-year-old has a cis male gendered doll, blonde and cis like him, that he calls his son. In bed before I leave, he holds out the doll and says, "Kiss your grandson goodnight. I'm 45 and may never know another grandchild, but this feel of felt and yarn. I think my son knows that love is running toward a precipice you didn't know was there." I'm pretty spicy poems here. This one's called Women versus Robots. Women versus robots is how men return. Let us show you how we fight. Our minds free to see that we are less than little sticks to start a fire with. Let us spin the conflagration, shielding you with our disintegration. Peace was always obsolete, but not assistance. Those endowed with beauty will romance. Those endowed with brilliance will write grants. Turn us out for organ harvests under the autumn moon. The robots will seek feelings, offer them our doom, confuse them with our bodies, blame us for God and money. When the robots organize a dance, send us a single phalanx marching down the drive. We'll be ready in dress shoes to lose you another night alive. So, not sure about that one anymore, but thank you. One called, there's a hunting one. It's called Sorry for My Resurrection. Sorry. It's a good one for Easter, I suppose. It really hurt my stepfather when I fell asleep while hunting, and he had to let a turkey live because it was near my body, covered in leaves, hands folded, lying on my back. What the turkey and my motherfucker didn't know was they were at my funeral, and their disappointment wasn't that I wasn't theirs for eating or to eat them, but that I was only briefly dead. Unshot jerk off Jesus soon again would greet them. Happy Easter, happy Passover. Sorry for my resurrection. Sorry. That one appeared in Lana Turner. Heard that in my bio. Here's one ripped directly from the headlines. Suzanne, number 2. Recently revised this one, so I'm trying to remember the revision. I'm going to work it in. Suzanne 2. Deep time suggests our lives don't happen. Not even long enough to streak the stone. Nothing could be more poetic than centuries wasted, saying what we are. Michelangelo's chisel, Freud's removable jaw. Perimortem trauma is an injury around the time of death without evidence of healing. Who can say what happens? How high the hematoma? How deep the angel's condescension inside the birth canal? I'm going to read one more from Eject City. This one's called Unconditional Love. That lovely thing. Unconditional love. My father's siblings, when he died, texted that his wife gave him what I didn't. Unconditional love. This surprised me, never having known conditional love. If there are conditions, it's family, sports, religion. Barring a father's only child from his only father's funeral, it's a cynical poem groveling in rags of language for a kiss of blood. Unconditional love. Okay, I have some one or two new poems I'm going to read because people feel excited when they've got new poems, I think, even if they haven't. I mean, it's kind of risky. You don't know if they're good. You know how it feels. And then since I already introduced the hot tub theme, I'm going to do another hot tub one. Hilariously. This one's called Culture. This is a very new one. Suppose it's another headline one. Headlines. Culture. In the hot tub, same beginning as the other one. I didn't realize that. in the hot tub, editing fiction. After rain, remembering the late, great Lauren Stein. 2 chainsaws in unison, dismembering trees next door. I turn up the piano concerto in speakers formed as rocks, receiving the world as it is. Womb and murder. The lubricated felling dogs of art. Finding him and half of me in the Epstein files. Writing another poem he wouldn't like. After all these dazzling decades of baby kicks and greedy begging, no wonder I wear a knee brace now. Okay, thank you very much. I think that's my time. Eject City, Poets Wear Prada. Thank you again, Patricia and Roxanne.
And thank you, Jason. Yay, Eject City, yay. And now we go back to our open mic. We have Paris in the house. Jack Cooper and Claire, and then after they get through, we go back to Brooklyn, May, moi, and then we end up in Hoboken. Okay, take away, Paris. Bonjour. Bonjour. Écoutez.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Yeah, you're next. Read.
You said Carrie. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Call me by my name. So, okay.
I said, Jack, take it away. I said, you
all
probably
right.
didn't hear right.
Okay, so I thought I would read this. It's called Augury. In how many years will the trees here climb to my windows, perhaps to listen as they glisten now? Freshly leaved tulip, the tallest, meanwhile spangled with diamonds, gifts of the rain. Okay. Gotta get rid of that one. Whoops. Okay. And then with that, I thought I'd go back to New York to read this Rose Garden Promises, which has an epigraph. The subway also runs above ground. Petals, tulip yellow, strew this subway floor. Fashionable underneath, its starry dark renders them luminous. Boys to human home, like markers on a stage. First or last act, no one can tell, except lights glow throughout the car. Broad daylight fills its windows. Passengers' faces, transparencies, intermission suggest. Else, alternatively, consider when, or if likely, an entr'acte begin. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
Hmm.
Okay. Next, Claire, unmute and share. Bonjour. We can't hear her.
Belatedly, I apologize for getting the time wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't hear Claire.
I know. I'm getting out.
Okay. No.
He's coming. Just be patient.
Okay. I am.
It's on her way.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I can see that she's reading.
Oh, but her sound must be off. I don't know. She's not muted, but there's something has happened to her sound. Is she with you? Can she use your laptop?
I think they're in the same apartment.
Yeah, they're in the same place. So she should
Might
be.
as well use his.
Yeah, I think that's something.
Hi. Now we unmute him.
Okay.
Jack.
Oh, Jack.
Okay.
And now is okay?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, great.
Not the first time I've been.
Okay, so I have a poem called Black Flesh. A ray of moonlight is drawn on the ceiling, entering the room from the slight space between the curtains. I close my eyes and my thoughts stick to the inside of my lids, forming an infinite ensemble of stars, white and evasive, shimmering against the abstract cosmos of my flesh. When your eyes are closed, your vision is supposed to bring pitch black darkness, but for some reason tonight, all I can see are the glinting stars unfolding as though on a black canvas. The space that is dedicated to sleep and nothingness, a space where thoughts are supposed to go to rest, becomes a screen of possibility that, for some reason, tonight is appeasing. I breathe. Suddenly, the white specks start forming geometrical shapes of different colors, moving like large clouds or nebulae, some dark green, some dark pink. I breathe. The sky-like landscape becomes an ocean whose waves push and pull the current on the sand, a coming and going that reminds me of the infinite pattern of life between waking and sleeping, between moving and standing still. The pause in between the waves is like the uncertainty that rules the universe. The interval between breathing in and breathing out, lifting one's chest to fill it with air as though a pair of wings taking momentum before flying, and the chest decreasing with a hollow in the center of the stomach. I open my eyes again. The triangle of moonlight is still there on the ceiling, a bit larger. Like the vision offered by my closed eyes, it seems to expand. I close my eyes and see the ghost of its shape against my flesh. Closing my eyes is not the same as unseeing, but I follow its outline slowly before letting my mind sink in a pit and rest at the pitch black bottom of it, falling in the pleasure of oblivion and forgetfulness. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Beautiful. And now we have moi, and then Roxy. Just a little short plug here. It's on Amazon, my latest jazz collection, Stranger on the Shore by by Human Error Publishing. Now for the poetry. One long and one medium and one short. Only the young can break away, inspired by Brandon Flowers. The sun loses its way, and trauma can't heal in the dark. Winter bites the rites of spring. Good and evil rely on perspective and source. Dignity is not sacred as told in legends and school books. Recycled hate fuels bombs, whether cyber or actual. The forgotten have no power, when the sins of idiots and tyrants keep them in line. DNA, encrypted in fear, revulsion, and greed, travels bloodlines. The winds are increasing, spreading, infecting the living. An army of sleepwalkers fight for the elite. Another day of work, bills, and inflation. The doomsday clock doesn't go by daylight savings time. Forget who you are. Watch Netflix, order takeout, drink beer, get high, get laid. Party like it's 1999, but not when you're in survival mode. Generations are exiting, but some still survive, bodies with souls on life support. The children must decide, be the destroyer or builder. Break away, past clouds, toward the sun, to burn in fire and start again. Thank you. And the last one written today in honor of No Kings. I'm going to repeat it twice because it's a Sunryo haiku. The fat orange king wears stinky gilded diapers. His poop goes global. The fat orange king wears stinky gilded diapers. His poop goes global. And now for Roxanne. Take it away.
Okay, two new ones from my James Bond sequence. The first is in the voice of Bond, and you know the Bond girls have to speak out. So the second one is in the voice of a Bond girl. Bond thinks, a girl under a criminal spell, bright and shiny like a new penny, won't compare with the allure of more money. She'll tolerate till we meet and she falls for me, but too soon learns I'm no better. For when England or the world's in distress, I'll recruit her to spy once I bed her, serving her up for a greater mistress. I might feel contrite, even broken-hearted, but the greater good always looms larger. After all, I am Her Majesty's civil servant. Though there's nothing civil in drafting martyrs. Love and hate, both compelling emotions, but duty above all remains my one devotion. And now for something in the, try to get the right one. And Bond responds, my name is Bond, James Bond, expert, self-proclaimed on smoking cessation, having quit many times. This homme du monde buys me filtered lights despite my hesitation, then asks if I'm giving up drinking too, as smoking and drinking go hand in hand. And we go hand in hand to down a few upon a tree-lined terrace on the Strand. I find I quite enjoy his company, having tired of the man I am with. For here's a break in the monotony, while forever happy may be a myth. But I keep it real, acting nonchalant, knowing this new devil is what I want. That's it for me.
Thank you, everybody. Fabulous reading. I want to give a warm Brownstone thank you to Jason Morphew. Hope I said it right. Mary Newell and Don Yorty. To Roxanne Hoffman, who is my right arm, left arm, every arm I have. To the open micers, to those who are fighting against the king in the White House. Ugh. And the peace on earth to the sun that came out today. I just wish it would get warmer. And the daffodils and the crocuses that are growing. Thank you, everybody. And keep writing, keep fighting, keep up the good words. We're here.
Writing and fighting.
Thank you all. Thanks, Patricia.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jason,
Good to
Don,
hear
and
you
Mary.
all.
Great to
Thanks,
hear you.
Patricia.
Coming out.
Thank
No
you,
kings.
everybody. No
Thanks,
kings.
Don. Thanks,
Still
Jason.
the orange monster.
No kings. Buonasera.
Buonasera
How about
tutti.
Queen?
Buonasera
Any
tutti.
Queens?
Meow for now. Goodbye.
I'm in Kings County. I can't help it.
Yeah, we do live in Kings County. Well, I came from Queens County. Remember Astoria? I came from Queens. I went from a queen to a king.
That's allowed. Kings County is good.
Well, Brooklyn is number one.
But we don't have any kings here. Just
Brooklyn should be
Jewish
a country
American
of its own. We're unique.
We just have Jewish American princes.
Okay. Yeah. No,
It's
not
hard
the
to get
elites.
gefilte fish in my neighborhood. Even matzahs.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Had to go to the Russian market for it.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Canada.
Yeah.
See you next month.
Next month.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.